AVC, Midge here, a guy in a Christmas hat that loves to talk about records, and as you're all aware, I'm sure, and on today's video I'm going to show you why it's also
the most wonderful time
for your ear. See what I did there? So basically on today's video, I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love Christmas. I'm like a big kid. I love everything about it. I love the Christmas trees all done up. I love the coloured lights that people decorate the houses with. It sort of distracts you from the miserableness of winter. I love Christmas cake. I love Christmas songs. I love everything about Christmas. I love tinsel, as you can see. But yeah, I absolutely love Christmas music. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 5 Christmas albums. Whoa, hang on, come back. We've all gone now. I've never had much luck turning people on to Christmas music, but I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love it. I've got loads of Christmas albums. And the thing about Christmas is, I'm a really sentimental guy as well, so all the lyrics of Christmas songs, I can really get on board with. I've got a lot of hope for Christmas because, you can get caught up in it in terms of, a lot of Christmas songs are about bringing families together and being together with the ones you love at Christmas, forgetting about our pasts and our differences and things like that. Because as I'm sure you're aware, there's loads of people in this world which seems to be increasingly dark at the moment, and there's loads of people out there whose views and opinions are radically different from our own. And I think Christmas is a time where we should get together a bit more and find out that we've got more in common than we have different. And I'm talking about people who are totally at odds with our own values. People like, I don't know, cyclists, people that press the lift button after you've already pressed it and they can see that you pressed it, people who say vinyls instead of records, and people who just like Nick Cave. I mean, really strange people. But at this time of year, I think we ought to make more of an effort and, forget about what divides us and concentrate on what brings us together. And music is one of those things that brings us together. And I fall for all that sentimental type stuff in Christmas songs. I absolutely love it. So today, I'm not going to show you the conventional Christmas albums that, like established artists who cover Christmas songs, although I have loads of them as well. There's nothing wrong with that. I love those albums too. But today, I'm hopefully going to show you some albums that that are a little bit different and perhaps you're not aware of, but they are absolutely cool Christmas albums. So without further ado, I'll show you them right now. Okay, first up, I'm going to show you one of my all-time favourite Christmas albums. I absolutely love this album. It will make you Christmas. It's hardly ever discussed, it's hardly ever mentioned, but I think it's absolutely amazing. And it's from 1970, and it's from David Frost and Billy Taylor. Merry Christmas. Now, you all know David Frost, so he had the David Frost show in America where he interviewed the great and the good, and for the programme he hired Billy Taylor as a jazz guy to be the arranger and choir master and arranger for the programme, so all the musical items and things like that Billy Taylor had a hand in. And David Frost one Christmas just said, I want to make a Christmas album. Billy, you got free reign, go at it. And he did such an amazing job. Now, one of the detractions that people have about this album is that David Frost insists on introducing each track. So each track, there's either like a joke or a witty line or telling you something about the song. And a lot of people don't seem to like that. This is one of the reasons why people don't like this album. But I quite like it, to be honest with you. But aside from that, Billy Taylor's arrangements on here are absolutely amazing. It starts with Joy to the World, which it opens up with some of the most joyful trumpet fanfare you'll ever hear. And then the gospel choir kicks in, and it's just an absolutely blistering start to the album. You've got Rise Up Shepherd, which is like it's like a carol, but again, it's got a full gospel choir behind it. Absolutely amazing. Then you've got We Need Peace and We Need Love, which is an instrumental, quite jazzy, really nice and chilled out. And another standout track is Wexford Carol, which is one of the most beautiful carols you'll ever hear. And the soloist on there, she's called Jerry Granger. She's there, and it's got such an uplifting vocal to it. Her vocals on it are amazing, and it's such a beautiful song, really lovely carol, an old-fashioned carol. I don't think it didn't tell you how old it is, but it's a very, very old carol, but it's absolutely beautiful. And then you've got Bright Star in the East, which another instrumental with the orchestra, but it's got like a great sort of funky blaxploitation vibe to it as well. So it's really upbeat, it's really funky. And then there's just so many highlights on the album. There's Away in a Manger, which has a junior kids choir on it, and they just about get away with it. It's quite twee, but it's sort of like it's like a kids chorus, but that it does work. It is really good. And then you've got Stable Down the Road, which is another great big gospel number with the Billy Taylor orchestra backing it. And then you've got Merry Christmas, which is like a Billy Taylor original. That's sort of laid back, really beautiful, jazzy sort of instrumental. And honestly, this album it's just superb. It finishes with Go Tell It on the Mountain, the old gospel standard. And David Frost recites a poem about Christmas as the last track. And honestly, it's not just a celebration of Christmas, it's like a celebration of black music too. And you've got sort of jazz, you've got funk, you've got soul, you've got gospel, and it's all so brilliantly put together. Like I say, some tracks have the full orchestra, some tracks have a choir, some tracks just drenched in gospel singers. It is one of the best Christmas albums you'll ever hear. Honestly, it's absolutely superb. I think it was issued on the Bell label in America. I think in the UK, obviously it was on the Philips label from 1970. My copy, it's got this sale sticker on it, which is quite good. 98 pence for this. It's absolute bargain. This is one of those Christmas albums, in my opinion, you need to beg, borrow and steal. It's beautiful, it's sublime, it's uplifting, it's everything you want from a Christmas album. It's absolutely stunning. Go and find a copy. It's not an expensive record. Go and find a copy. It'll make your life and your Christmas so much better. Trust me. Brilliant. So the next Christmas treat I'm going to show you is one I picked up this year. It's a new release, and it's on the Numero label, and it's by Jimmy Jules and the Nuclear Soul System. What a great name for a band. And this is Xmas Done Got Funky, and it certainly has got funky on here. Absolutely cracking soul funk album. As you can see, that's the band there. And obviously this picture does have historical value as well, because it's actually one of the worst cases of collective tennis elbow that was ever published. And as you can see, the band are really suffering there, although they did get through it on this album because it's an absolutely cracking album. And on the first side, you've got 3 tracks. You've got The New Year, which has got Jimmy Jules and his really sort of raspy, soulful voice talking about how this is going to be his year, and he's going to do all the things that he's always wanted to do. He's going to change all the things he's always wanted to change. The usual thing we all say at New Year's time, but really funky track. Then you've got the actual title track, Xmas Done Got Funky, and that's sort of like a novelty tracking where Jimmy Jules imagines if the values of Christmas were turned around. So instead of Santa giving out presents, he keeps them to himself. Again, really cool, really funky. The bassist in this band is really funky. It's just, the bass lines are amazing in this band, but the whole band shine. It's such a funky band. And then you've got It's Impossible, which is like a love song. Like you say, it's impossible for me to enjoy my Christmas without you, babe, by my side. So the first side, all Christmas themed songs, absolutely brilliant. But the second side initially disappointed me because they're not Christmas songs at all. It showcases this lady here, Jackie Spencer. She is backed by the Nuclear Soul System band, and Jimmy Jules wrote the songs for her. And I was a bit disappointed at first that the Xmas theme wasn't carried on, but the songs are so good, and her voice is really soulful, really expressive. She sounds a bit like Millie Jackson. It's got that sort of attitude as well about, don't let men mess you about and things like that. But the songs are great. Time's Moving On is a great track. Then you've got the song The Macaroni Man, which is about men who will, if you're not treating your woman right, another man is out there ready to steam in. But I don't know what it's got to do with macaroni. I can't figure that out. So answers on a postcard for that one. But another great track. And the absolute standout, it's like a string-drenched soul song called You've Got Too Many Horses in Your Stable, and it's absolutely sublime. Really great soul track, and her vocals and the arrangement is superb. And then it finishes on a song called Come and Get Your Gift, which is actually the Nuclear Soul System band. It's an instrumental, really funky again. Absolutely brilliant, and it's just I've been playing this to death. It's a short album, like I say, only half of it is Xmas themed, but it's still an absolute cracker. And it's just been I think it came out in 1977, obviously a private press. I think it sank without a trace. This is a clear vinyl pressing, and then let me just show you the hype sticker, because the hype sticker is amazing. It's a nuclear bomb shaped hype label, hype sticker. Take cover from this deadly Xmas funk album cut by cruel crooner Jimmy Jules, devastating diva Jackie Spencer, and backed by the venomous Nuclear Soul System. Fantastic, absolutely great. And I also like liner notes that are a bit bizarre. So on this one you've got with soulful, melodic and syncopated sighs, Jimmy Jules yearns to quench his interrogativeness, is that a word? And give his personal forecast about the threshold of tomorrow. No idea what that means, no idea. But honestly, another great Christmas album, absolutely fantastic. Like I said, just been issued on Numero, really worth picking up. I don't know why Jackie Spencer's didn't do Christmas songs, whether or not she didn't get the memo or whether she just didn't want to catch tennis elbow from these guys. I don't know, but it's, it doesn't detract from it. The songs on side B, even though they're not Christmas themed, are superb soul funk songs as well. So really recommend that. Jimmy Jules and the Nuclear Soul System with Jackie Spencer, Xmas Done Got Funky. So this next one, I can't remember how I became aware of it. It's a self-released album. I don't know anything about the band. I saw it on Bandcamp, had a listen to it, and was hooked really, because it's so off-kilter. It's a very unusual Christmas album. The band's called Hesitation, and this album is called The Last Christmas. And I'm just going to show you the cover, which is absolutely amazing. Just take a minute to take this cover in. So basically, you look at that snowman. I've never seen a snowman like it. It's like some sort of mutant robot. And I like the way they've carved a hole in his chest and put another little monster in there. But yeah, look at that cover. Just fantastic. So Hesitation, The Last Christmas. There's sort of nice sort of family shots, I'm guessing, from the band members. They're a three-piece. And this album is sort of like a collection of Christmas carols. So you've got A Little Town of Bethlehem, In the Bleak Midwinter, Once in Royal David City, Away in a Manger, Silent Night. And the unusual thing about this album is a lot of it's sort of like got like folk arrangements to it. So there's sort of like, it almost sounds like steel guitars, although I think they're using like unusual folk tuning. So all the guitars sound like they're detuned, so there's quite a drony effect to some of the songs, the way they're acoustically, they're acoustic based. But the good thing about this album is there's no boundaries. They throw so much into it. It's almost like if the Beta Band made a Christmas album. You've got sort of like synths, you've got looped percussion, you've got unusual instruments, there's saxophones, there's horns. It's all over the place. You've got wind instruments, you've got synth type lines and patterns. You throw nearly every single instrument you can think of at it, but it does really work. They even use sort of like vocoded vocals, like a robotic type vocal on some of the tracks to sing the carols. But I've never heard anything like it. It's a really unusual Christmas album, simply in terms of the arrangements are so imaginative and dynamic. It's sort of like, it's like kitchen sink production. and I've never heard Christmas songs arranged like this. It's really unusual. Like I say, it was self-released. If you go to their Bandcamp page, I think there's still a few vinyl copies available if you fancy it, but not many. It was released in 2021. There's not a lot of information about the band there, other than it mentions the 3 members of the band. But the thing that I always really like about this is it's just so unusual. It's like I say, it's got a background in folk, but it doesn't stop there. It's quirky. The instrumentation is all over the place. It uses modern instruments, old instruments, really unusual sort of arrangements of traditional carols and things. But it's such a great and unusual album. It's really worth checking out. So if you go to the Bandcamp page for Hesitation, you'll be able to listen to it and stream it there. But it's really unusual. I really recommend checking it out. Comes with a nice obi strip with the track listing on. But yeah, there's not a lot of information about the band themselves. Recorded and played by John B. McKenna, Richard Green and Chris Catlin. But yeah, superb album, really unusual. So if you're looking for an unusual Christmas album, this is the one, and the cover is great. Fantastic cover. So that's Hesitation and The Last Christmas. Okay, sorry, just going to have a sip of my snowball. I mean, you've got to have a snowball at Christmas, haven't you? You've got it. I love a snowball. Okay, the next one is, it features one of my all-time favourite Christmas album covers. Again, it's a little bit unusual. Some of you might know the name, some of you might. This is a 1975 album by Joseph Byrd, and it's called A Christmas Yet to Come. And look at that cover, amazing. Santa on the old Moog synthesizer, or whatever it is, ARP, could be anything, but it looks amazing. So some of you might be aware of the name Joseph Byrd. He was the leader of the band The United States of America, who made this absolutely whacked out psychedelic electronic album in 1968. Absolutely superb album this. That's Joseph Byrd there. He's listed on here as playing electric harpsichord, organ, calio, piano and electronic music in general. So obviously the love of electronic music that he put into this album never left him, and he made this album in 1975, which is obviously very different. So what you've got here is basically synthesizer and electronic renditions of traditional Christmas music. So that's why it's called A Christmas Yet to Come. So it's obviously medieval type Christmas carols and songs brought up to date or into the future by the synthesizer arrangements by Joseph Byrd. So you've got things like traditional things like you recognise Deck the Halls, Silent Night, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, In Dulce Jubilo, Jingle Bells. But you've also got tracks like Christmas in the Morning, Lo Howaroo's Ear Blooming, how they do in the medieval speak. You've got Carillion, Carol of the Bells. These are all, and there's a little blurb after each track telling you sort of period it comes from. So you've got things from the 19th century Ukrainian carol, 18th century English carol, 17th century England carol. So yeah, it's like I say, it's all carols, traditional carols, and it says orchestrated and performed on an ARP 2600 synthesizer with an Oberheim expander module, a graphic equalizer, a Lamb 420 mixer, and recorded on Sony tape recorders. And it's superb. If you're like me and you like your electronic music, it's sort of quirky, it's futuristic, but there's loads of melody there. It's not like it's not psychedelic, it's not tuneless. Some of the melodies are really beautiful, sort of really quirky, bubbly synthesizer type melodies. But it's beautifully arranged. I really enjoy this album because it's so different. It's really quirky. So you've got your traditional carols and you've got your sort of like medieval type music. So it's almost like It's got like its origins in folk, you know, the Cecil Sharp Library and things like that, and it's on John Fahey, the American guitarist. It's on his Tacoma label, the Gold and Black, not the Parlophone, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's well worth looking out for. I think they were only American pressings, but really worth looking out for. It's a great album, great Christmas album, and it's one of my favourites. It's got one of my all-time favourite Christmas album covers as well. So that's Joseph Bird, who unfortunately passed away last month as well. So yeah, sadly missed. A bit of a pioneer on the quiet, and I don't think he always gets his due. But yeah, quirky and fantastic. Joseph Bird, A Christmas Yet to Come. So for my last pick, I think this is one of the best contemporary Christmas albums that's been released in the last few years. It came out last year, and I love it. I think it's great. And this is Dean Wareham, Britta Phillips and Sonic Boom's A Piece of Us. So obviously you've got Dean Wareham of Galaxy 500, and his wife Britta Phillips, who recorded together as Luna, and you've got Sonic Boom obviously of Spaceman 3 and countless other productions. And yeah, this is an album of old songs, new songs, and it's a bit all over the place in terms of track selection, but it's brilliant for it. There's all sorts of tracks pulled from all different types of music here. So there's 15 tracks, so you've got a mixture of Dean's sort of really deep voice and Sonic Boom's baritone voice and Britta Phillips's absolutely gorgeous singing voice. They play all the instruments themselves. Sonic Boom obviously does the production and all the sort of effects that run through it. And obviously you've got the Galaxy 500 sort of strong reverb guitar sort of sound running through it. But there's all sorts of effects run through it. The arrangements are great. It's really well produced. The arrangements are really imaginative. And you've got 15 songs from various different periods. So you've got the highlights I'll just pick out for you. Snow is Falling in Manhattan, which is a great song. It's a Dave Berman song. I'm not aware of Dave Berman really, though I know he's highly rated as a songwriter. Sadly passed away, but that song is superb. Snow is Falling in Manhattan. You've got there's a lot of 60s type songs as well in here as well. So you've got things like Do You Know How Christmas Trees Are Grown, which I think is not a Bacharach one, but Hal David and John Barry. That's it. John Barry, I think, wrote that. So some of the songs are quite obscure, but they're quite. I think a lot of them are from the 60s, but they're really cool songs. Old Toy Trains by Roger Miller. You've got If We Make It Through December, which I think is a Merle Haggard cover. And like I said, they're not just Christmas songs. They're songs about winter or the hardships of December, such as that last song talking about if we make it through December, we'll get to the summer months, I'll have more money. And, you know, just like a different take on Christmas and, you know, the hardships of Christmas. It's not all like, you know, Christmas cake and, you know, kissing under the mistletoe and stuff. So there's different sort of subjects to the songs. You've got Snow, which is an absolutely gorgeous ballad song I wasn't aware of until last year. I heard another artist doing it last year, written by Randy Newman, who I'm not a big fan of, but that song is absolutely gorgeous. Really heartbreaking ballad. Britta Phillips sings that absolutely gorgeous arrangement of that. They do a take on their Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy, the Bing Crosby and David Bowie classic. You've got Christmas Can't Be Far Away, another 60s age song. You've got Silver Snowflakes, which is like an arrangement of Greensleeves. And there's so many highlights on this album. They've got they do a version of John and Yoko's Happy Christmas War Is Over. I noticed that the lyrics have been changed slightly for this, and I was thinking the other day that you don't hear that song on the radio very much anymore. And they seem to change the lines where he talks about for black and for white, for yellow and red ones. So I presume it's not politically correct anymore. And they've changed the lines on here. Can't remember what it's, something like the mellow ones or something. But yeah, I wonder if that's the reason why you don't hear it on the radio much anymore. But yeah. let's stop all the fight. That's the main thing, isn't it? But yeah, great version of Happy Christmas, War is Over. And like I say, it's all done in a sort of like, you can imagine a Galaxy 500 type sound, with Sonic Boom doing a lot of sort of like treatments to the sound. And what I really love about this album is it almost sounds like a lost Nancy and Lee album. Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra. It sounds exactly like that. It's got a real sort of like 60s type vibe, even though it sounds really modern, and obviously them interchanging the vocals. It does sound like a great lost Nancy and Lee Christmas album. That's why I love it so much. But I think this is one of the best, most recent Christmas albums, and I love the cover artwork as well, with all the peace signs and stuff on it as well. But yeah, absolutely love this album. Well worth checking out. I think there's been a few pressings of this album. This one's on a Christmas green vinyl. I think you can get it on red as well, and I think Rough Trade did a splatter version as well, which would have been nice to pick up. But yeah, cracking album. If you like your Christmas songs and a mixture of, you know, different genres of Christmas songs, this is absolutely well worth checking out. Absolutely love this album. And that's it. So hopefully that'll put a bit more Christmas joy into your Christmases. Thanks for the 5 people who stuck around for this video on Christmas songs. Really appreciate it. And really all that's left to do is to wish you all in the vinyl community a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you have a good one. Hope you have a safe one. Thanks for all your support this year and for watching my guff. It's much appreciated. And hopefully I'll do a lot more videos in the new year. I've still got my end of year album list to finish off, so hopefully I'll be doing that next week. So in the meantime, enjoy your Christmases, and a-pum-pum to you all. All the best. Merry Christmas.
No, you can't stop work till you've stuffed the turkey, the duck, the chicken, or the goose. But although you stuffed and you've had